I'm no physicist, so my explanation of planes is coming from a place of subjective experience only. What I refer to as the lower planes are simply the planes where lower vibrational beings reside. Think of the planes as frequencies on a radio. The lower planes are simply a band of frequencies on the lower end of the scale. You can visit the lower planes if you want to, but I don't really recommend it. The lower planes are where you're going to find lower vibrational beings. I don't know what they call themselves, but around here we refer to them as energy vampires, demons, ookie spookies, negative entities, and lower vibrational beings. But hey, everyone needs someplace to live, right? If you slip into the lower planes, you're going to almost assuredly be attacked or swarmed by these beings. They're going to see you as a tasty snack and feed on your light. This will result in you going back to your body with a feeling of malaise and low energy. Imagine how you'd feel if someone drained half the blood out of your body. That's what it will feel like when these guys are done with you. So how do you get to the lower planes? If your vibration is negative or fearful, you could slip down there. This means you're emanating fear, anger, anxiety, sadness, grief, shame, or guilt. You shouldn't be projecting at all if this is your dominant energy. Another way to get to a lower plane is to be dragged there. We'll talk more in Chapter 13 about what happens when you are wrongfully and willfully attacked by one of these fellows and how to escape them. But for now, it's important to know that if you're not careful and you're not totally in control, you could be dragged against your will to the hellish planes. Another method to visit the lower planes is to go there on purpose. I used to go there a lot, not because I was in a low vibration, but because I was sick and tired of the ookie spookies trying to attack me and feed off my energy. So sometimes I'd go hunting there on purpose, and I'd stab lower vibrational entities with my light sword. You'll learn about that soon. Sometimes I would follow a nasty back to its proverbial lair, and send it so much love energy that it would scurry away like a cockroach in the light. That was fun for me and how I got my kicks on the astral plane when I was a teenager. So you can consciously or unconsciously go to the lower planes. I'm here to tell you, though, that you can astral project thousands of times and never go to the lower planes. It's simply unnecessary and not recommended. If you're afraid to project because you're afraid you'll end up there, don't be afraid. By the time you finish this book, you'll have the tools and knowledge necessary to avoid the lower planes altogether, and you'll know how to get out of them if you end up there against your will. You also need to know that nothing can keep you in the lower planes against your will. You can always snap back to your body, and assistance is always close by. Keeping your vibration high will keep you from slipping into the lower planes, and will prevent negative energies from kidnapping and dragging you there. High vibration energies are love, compassion, gratitude, and joy. If you're projecting in that state, you'll never see the lower planes.
Wanted to add a couple of notes. After reading this chapter, it made me think about a lot of things. One thing that I've mentioned a few times is how, just an ongoing thought in my mind is about how like really good people on this very low vibrational realm, in this low vibrational realm, tend to be more susceptible than maybe others in regards to unlifing themselves because they just can't deal, like it just becomes too much. And I've always been a bit concerned about that because just think of some really big names of like people who spent their whole life, like Robin Williams, their whole life trying to make others happy and bring joy into this world. And then you hear that they are gone because of that, through that, what that means. And a lot of people are just so confused. They're like, how could this have happened? This doesn't make any sense. But after reading this chapter, it started to make a lot more sense, especially even in my life. Like I literally, the last 5 years, I've mentioned it before, have just been unreal. And I'm literally just hiding from the world because of all that I've been through. It's just really been too much. But I noticed that the people who were coming at me, first off, they work in groups, but they also try very hard to make you very sad. They want to make you, I literally had a pickup truck pass by late one night, and it's one of them that were following me. And in the back they had, I didn't even know they did this with cars, but they had like a sign, an automated digital sign, and it was basically saying like, kill yourself in different ways to do it. I was just like, what? God save me. But this is an ongoing thing. Like you look at the bullying and then other things like that. So remember that a lot of these lower vibrational entities are connected to the lower vibrational people that we come across in this realm. Like they sometimes become that when they leave. At least from my research, that's what I've learned. So these are the same type beings that you might deal with on a regular basis. And, we'd probably categorize them as psychopaths, sociopaths, narcissists, the evil trio. But it's the same tactics. It's never anything different. And we now, like, the reason why people are so feeling a certain way about how the world is now is because we're now being led by these same people. Like, a large amount of us allow the worst of us to take ownership. And, not like they weren't before, but now it's just more in your face. Like they're really like desperate to bring down as many people as possible in regards to their outlook on life, their emotions. Like people who, if you're like doom scrolling, then, like every day you just feel like, where are we going? Where are we headed? On one hand, you don't want to not know what they're doing and to like completely be oblivious. But on the other hand, paying attention to every single horrible act that they do, it has an effect. Generally, like if you reread or listen to this chapter, it says that the reason why they kind of gang up and will like swarm around, right, in a group, all the same people, promise you, they swarm around the being that is happy, full of light, because we have light. We are made of light. We are from source, which is light, or appears to be light to a lot of people. So they're trying to suck the light, aka the energy from you, right? Energy vampires. And it's the same down there as it is here. And so I really felt like I should just stop a moment so that if you are that person, especially if you are exceptionally empathic, or you're really trying to do the right thing every day or most days, or trying to help, or trying to do something that's moving the world in the opposite direction from what they want, then you are under most likely constant attack. And I thought this chapter was helpful because it shows you that they really have no power unless you give it to them. The only way they can get somebody who is not doing all the evil things to be in a realm like that, or the low vibrational things to be in a realm like that, the only way they can get a bright light into the lower astrals, from what I've read, is if you let them get in your head and you start to feel those lower vibrational energies of depression, guilt, shame, etc. So a lot of times they'll start with the talking and the jabs, and they're trying to mock you and just really, it's all a mind game. And it's the same thing that's happening right now. Like, really think about it. That's exactly what they're doing right now. They are getting in your head every day with the news, every day with the new tactics and the horrible things that they're doing to others. Getting in your head and fear. Forget all the other low vibrational energies and emotions. Fear is the biggest key. Once they got you afraid, they're in and they're pulling you down to their level. So I just wanted to share that. I hope something in that was helpful. I probably could have said it a lot faster, but just wanted to share that. And stay vigilant, stay happy as much as you can. And I'm saying this for myself too, because it is the battle right now. Stay as high vibrational as you can be and stay around like-minded people. Most importantly, get away from the energy vampires. Peace.